look who's here. She's back.
Here I am.
We missed you, Megan Buckbinder, with the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. We're so happy to see you.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be back.
And congrats on the baby.
Thank you.
Weren't you here when you were...
Very, very pregnant.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember that time. And now that I just said it, I was like, yes, you were here expecting.
Very, very pregnant. And now I have a 3-month-old, so he's the sweetest little angel. Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're so happy to see you.
Thanks. We're very tired.
You look amazing, though.
I put some under eye cream, you know.
You're looking good.
Thanks.
Okay, so you're back to work now. You had the baby. You're back to work. We all love Springfield.
Yeah.
We all want to promote tourism.
Yes.
So tell us what you've got going on. You've got a very fun survey happening.
Yeah. So we at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, if you're unfamiliar with what your CVB is, we're your travel and tourism destination marketing organization. So our job is to bring in economic activity through visitors. So, and that could look like a bunch of different things. That could be a leisure person coming for a vacation. It could be a convention. It could be youth sports, whatever. But our job is to bring them in and to market to them. So we have been doing that for many, 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 many years. But we are embarking on a rebrand of that and a new campaign. But before we do that, we want to make sure that how we're conveying Springfield is authentic to the people who live here. So we are going, it's about a 23-week process, so it's a long process, and we're investing a ton of time on our end to make sure we're doing it right. Yeah. So we want your feedback. We want every community member for the Springfield and the surrounding area it's a short 10-minute survey that's asking people, what do you love about Springfield? What do you think a visitor would like about Springfield? What is the essence of this area? And it's Springfield region. I mean, it's not just Springfield. And we'll take that and then we'll update not just our visual assets, but our messaging and our whole branding. And hopefully it can be something that the city then can, and the community members can feel pride in. Mm-hmm. And we can actually, deliver on the messaging that we're saying. Not that we haven't been before, but this is going to come from the actual mouths of community members, which is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you literally get to have a say.
You literally get to have a say. So we'll take, actually, we're working with Heart and Mind Strategies. So they are a brand research firm, and they're behind, companies or brands like Nashville, and they've done Las Vegas, and they've done some bigger names. So we've hired them to come in and help us kind of get to that brand essence of who we are, and help us kind of hit the heart of the area and make sure we're conveying that.
I'm curious to know, like you mentioned some other towns and the firm you're working with. What are some of the challenges you've seen in promoting Springfield?
Oh gosh, like do you mean from how to do it?
Yes, how to do it, yeah.
Like
how you take that step and really hey, we're like Nashville, but better. Or you know what I'm saying?
Like, how do you create that? In the past, we're very research-driven and very data-driven. So we do have a lot of backing and research about how visitors feel about our area and how they're coming to our area. So I've got data that can freak you out. That's visitors are coming from these markets. They're doing X, Y, and Z. They're staying this long. They're spending this much money. That kind of data. But we've got it from the visitors before. When they come here, they like to do X, Y, and Z. It hasn't been necessarily led from what we love about Springfield and how we want to promote Springfield. So, I think a healthy dose of both of that. We have the visitor research, and we've invested in that. Now we need that community research. So we advertise Springfield. We stick to kind of 5 pillars right now. That could change based on this research for sure. Family focused, of course, is a big one, but outdoor, like the outdoor adventurer. A new one we've added this year is a foodie traveler.
Good.
That's a big one. And empty nester and millennials, no kids are the kind of 5 pillars that we advertise to right now. And we try to change our messaging based on who we're talking to.
Okay,
well, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said it. So I did the survey this morning.
Oh, yay!
I did it.
Good, thank you.
And it's only about 10 minutes. And one of the things I put in my comments, there's several times to enter your comments, was the food, local restaurants, foodie. And she just added foodie this year. I'm like, because we have so many great local restaurants.
And you know what? And we have a bunch of travel writers that come into town, and we have a lot of bloggers and content creators come in. And one of the things they always say is, this place is a kind of a sleep, you don't know. It's like a sleepy foodie place. kind of a tax
It's
session.
it's like a sleeper cell of amazing restaurants you don't know about until you get here.
And it's like a low-key, I mean, I think we're like a low-key coffee hub. I mean, I think we have like the best coffee shops.
And breweries.
And breweries. And like we just have this amazing foodie culture that surprises people. And honestly, that's what we get a lot from our visitors, is that Springfield and this area surprises people. It doesn't match whatever they had in their mind of what they were going to get when they got here. And that as somebody whose literal job is just to market Springfield, is really fun to actually hear that kind of feedback and say, it's not, I mean, obviously, I don't know what everyone thinks about Springfield, but I'm not a Springfield native.
Yeah, me neither.
And I'm not from the Midwest. And so I never knew anything about Springfield until I moved here.
Yeah.
And I had that same reaction that, wow, I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be, but it wasn't this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily that I had negative thoughts about it. I didn't have thoughts about it, you know? And so when I got here and I learned all of like the entrepreneurial spirit of Springfield and all of the local restaurants and things like that, and just how you can never be bored here.
No.
Yeah.
There's no being bored.
There's no being bored here if you put the effort in, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, and by the way, too, if you fill out the survey at the end, you can be entered to win something.
Yes, we're going to give away 2 memberships to Wonders of Wildlife, a huge partner, obviously, of ours, and a big attractor to the area. That America's best aquarium has been voted 5 times, so you can get 2 memberships to Wonders of Wildlife. Yeah.
Awesome. And one more time, where can people go to do the survey?
If you go to springfieldmo.org, there's a CVB News/survey. However, I also, just before I came in here, I posted it on Facebook, so it's the very top post on our Facebook page, which is I Love Springfield Mo, if you follow those.
Guys, go do it. It's easy, quick, and fun, and you'll get your input selected for our CVB.
Yes, yeah,
There you go.
that'd be great.
Megan, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys.
Do the survey. I'm going to do it after the show.
Oh, good.
All right, you guys. We'll tell you all about our Buy Missouri 12 Days of Spring contest right after this. Stay right where you are.
I think I need to take it one more time, though. Because in the morning time,